So today we're going to talk about the Unication update. A couple things here. So I bought a Unication G1 for $160 from eBay. It's for $160 plus $60 for this. It's for a little more money. I should have held out and got a Motorola Minotaur 6. So, what is the benefits of a G1? We'll say it's at full price. This particular model was from 2017, retired from a fire department. The advantages of it are, there's really not many. Batteries. You can use regular batteries in it. That's somewhat of an advantage, I guess. You have 64 different zones, 64 channels. Each zone is 8 channels. However, remember, this is a pager for alerting you for fire department or EMS or monitoring certain frequencies of monitor mode. It's not designed really to be a scanner. Of course, it does not transmit. It's not a two-way radio. The problem with this really is that it's a real pain in the ass to get to the zones. You have to go through a menu and click on these dumb things to get to the zone. So I put some stuff in there. I put the railroad in there. I put the weather frequencies in there. Some little things in there. Because keep in mind, I do this as a hobbyist. I'm not on alert for anything. I left this in the car when it was hot out. The knobs showed their age. I had to spend $30 to get new knobs. The knobs were literally falling apart, disintegrating in my hands. And that's the problem with this older radio stuff if you're into it. I mean, look at my my Sabre. I took a bunch of knobs and glued them on there and put a random antenna on there. But everything starts to break down. The encryption on-off knob, everything starts to break down in all this. And it's very difficult to get replacement knobs for a lot of these things. Another thing about playing around with these pagers and stuff is this is not set up for a individual to really do. It's set up more for a business or a government agency like a fire department to do. The fire department will buy, 20 of these, and they'll have 4 spares. And they put it in their budget to get them fixed. I don't have that level. So when you order knobs from Unication or parts, don't select extra shipping options. You better not just order from Unication directly online, their website, because all what they're going to do is just going to drop ship it from Texas, from Unication's office there in Texas. They're not going to, and Unication's going to do whatever they do. They're going to send it really slow. Unless you request on Unication's website itself. So I would go directly to Unication's website if you need anything. Anyhow, back to what we're talking about here. Let's focus on this. You have VHF on here. You have 8 channels in 8 different zones. To get to 64. Which is nice. But like I said before in other videos, these are more for different alerting profiles. Realistically, if you're working for multiple agencies, I really kind of can't see how you could be on call for more than one fire department at once. But let's just say you're on the fire department, but you're also the fire marshal too. I can see having to set the tones for that. Kind of conflicting though. Let's say you're on this is a better idea. Let's say you're on the fire department, but you're also on the rescue squad, which is a third service agency in multiple North Carolina counties. Yeah, okay. You can have 2 sets of tones. But realistically, all you really need is 8 or the old classic Minotaur 5 knockoff or Minotaur 4 knockoff Apollo, when you realistically only need, 4 positions. Your tones, a monitor position, a scan position, and then a monitor position. Or what I have, church mode, which is push to listen. It only vibrates, does not beep or give audio. Monitor mode, straight monitor like a scanner. And tones, open tone mode, which I try not to run because it scares people for some reason. And D, which is scan, which will scan both EMS and fire. This one here, we have 37 PTL. We have push to listen, which means it'll vibrate. DCFD monitor. We have monitor. DC EMS monitor. We have EMS monitor, which I really have ever had to use. 37 tone. This is open tone, so it'll beep. Multi-tones. This is multiple tones. One thing that the Unication G1 does do better than this is it really handles multi-tones very well. Meaning, I'm not going to post a video of it because it's common sense, but let's say all these stations tone out at once because they're kind of near each other. It will still pick up all these tones and pick up your tones in it and leave space to record. So it's really good at picking up multi-tones and recording them to save it for later. It's very good at that. Much better than this. This little pager here works good if you got like one or two sets of tones maybe going off. If they tone out for your department singly, great. But if it's multi-tones, multiple departments, it will miss things. DCFD EMS scan. This is everything scanned, both frequencies. It was just thing freaking focus. RWN 49. This is a different county. RWN monitor. At a building, near a building that I work at. RWN multi-tone. So what happened? Well, the buttons came off. Literally, they came off. You cannot order new buttons for this. You have to send it in. And it is a real pain in the ass sending something in communication. It's like dealing with a car dealership. First, you got to contact the salesperson. The salesperson will then, send you a bill for $200, like depending what the rate is. It's very expensive. It's not. This is not worth fixing. It would surpass the number of it. It would cost more than it's worth to fix. It'd be like dropping a transmission into a 2001 Ford Taurus. I mean, what's the point? It's going to cost more than the car is worth. So these buttons fell off in the vehicle. It just really pissed me off. So I electric taped a bunch of crap onto here, and I have the reset button fell off too because the rubber broke. It's impossible to get aftermarket parts for these besides the knobs and the battery door and the belt clip. This is like Minotaurs where people have stuff lying around and they'll just send it to you. So, would I buy this? No. I would probably focus on getting a older Minotaur 5, if that's what you're into, or a newer Minotaur 6 for the same price. Because I rarely have ever switched zones of it. So it's a real pain in the ass. The buttons fell off. Frankly, for the fire service, something of this type of modeling makes sense. It's solid. There's nothing there. Another story too. I had this on vibrate when I was in the shower, and it smacked the floor hard, cracking the knob. So don't leave this stuff on vibrates if it's not on you, because this stuff will literally fall off the countertop and smash itself. So I got some of these earpieces from Amazon for, earbuds, and I put that on there for a knob, because it's impossible to find a knob for this. And I'm not going to spend $50, $60 to get a new one just to strip out the knobs. Frankly, I would just go with a Motorola type one. About the Monitor Minotaur 5, I sold it for like $50 to some guy in New York. Who knows what he's going to do with it. I made everybody aware on eBay that is not a workable radio. So hopefully, the case was pretty new and the charger works. Hopefully he could do something with it for his fire department or himself and use it for something useful. Because I don't like things gathering dust around here. This isn't a ham fest. This is just not worth it. And also, there's a bug in the software with the scan. I can't, for whatever reason, I got to use slot 3 for scan to work. I don't know why. I just do. It's very sad and annoying. Frankly, what I would buy, for what I'm doing as a hobbyist, it works really great. A couple of quick notes to note here. This is not an antenna. It's an older GSM antenna. I think it's from pre-1G era. what they wanted to do is they wanted to make this so you could acknowledge and receive messages on it via GSM network. So dispatch could said, "Hey Rob, we got a message for you. Go down the station and I don't know, pick up the trash." They could send a message via GSM and I could acknowledge it. This technology never got out of really the testing stage, so there is no capabilities for SIM cards or anything in here. A special note too is the Unication G5 also supposedly was going to have this technology too, but it didn't go anywhere.